Hello students, this is Divya Kumari Meena. All the students of BA Part 3rd year are welcome here in the class of English Literature. Today we are going to study the poem Ulysses. We have already discussed about the author of the poem, about his life, about his style, about his major themes, and we have read about the poem Ulysses in short. Today we will study the poem in detail. The poem Ulysses was written in 1833 by Alfred Lord Tennyson. This poem is written in the form of dramatic monologue. Ulysses is a name of character. Originally, Ulysses is a character of a great and major work, that is Odyssey. Odyssey is a Greek epic poem. Odyssey was written by Homer. And a very famous Italian poet, Dante, also wrote an Italian epic, that is Inferno. So Ulysses is character of Inferno. He is hero in this particular work. So Alfred Lord Tennyson also wrote a poem in dramatic monologue form, and the title of the poem is Ulysses, as he was inspired by Homer to write this poem. In the Ulysses, or in Odyssey, as Ulysses is a Latin name of Odyssey. So in Ulysses, we study about the struggles of the hero when he returned home. But in Tennyson's Ulysses, we study about the frustration with domestic life of its hero Ulysses, where the character yearns to sail again and he wants to continue explore the new world. So in the poem Ulysses, Ulysses expresses frustration at how dull and pointless his life now seems as king of Ithaca. Ulysses is king of Ithaca, and after the Trojan War, that is also known as War of Troy, he comes back to home his native palace, that is Attica, where he feels frustrated and restlessness. Trapped at home on the rocky island of Attica, his wife is old and he must spend his time enforcing impact laws. As he attempts to govern people he considers stupid and uncivilized. In Ulysses' eyes, all his people do is try to store up wealth, sleep, and eat. They have no conception of who Ulysses really is or what his life has been like. Ulysses still yearns to travel the world like he used to do. As long as he is alive, he doesn't want to stop doing the things that, in his eyes, make life worth living. He found joy. He claims in every moment he spent traveling, even at the time when he was suffering, he found joy both when he was with his faithful crew members and when he was by himself, both when he was on land and when he was sailing the sea through rainstorms. He has become famous throughout the world as an explorer who was continually traveling and yearning to know more. Ulysses reflects that he has seen and learned a great deal about all places where people live, about their lifestyle, cultures, and ways of governing themselves. Everywhere he went, he was shown honor and respect. Ulysses also found joy fighting alongside his fellow soldiers, men he honored and respected. When he fought in battles far from home in the Trojan War, Ulysses feels that each person and place he has encountered has been changed by the encounter. He himself. But all these experiences have not satisfied his desire for travel. Rather, each encounter has only withered his appetite to see more of the world. No matter how much of the world he sees, there is always still more to see. And it is these unseen reasons that he always tries to pursue. Ulysses exclaims that it is boring and unsatisfying to stay in one place and stop doing the activities that defined your life, comparing himself to a sword that has been allowed to rush uselessly away rather than being used gloriously in battle. Merely being alive doesn't mean you are truly living. Ulysses feels that multiple lifetimes would still have been too little time to do all he wishes to do. And he is almost at the end of one lifetime he has. Still, every hour that he has left to live before he dies has a potential to bring new opportunities for action. It would be disgraceful, he feels, to sit tight at home and just try to eat and stay alive for a few more years. When, even as an old man, his greatest desire is still to explore the world and keep learning more. He wants to go beyond the limits of what humans have seen and known. The way a shooting star seems to go beyond the horizon when it falls and disappears from sight. Ulysses then starts to describe his son Telemachus, who will inherit Ulysses' role as ruler of the Ireland when Ulysses dies. Ulysses affirms that he loves his son, who is thoughtful about how he will best carry out his responsibilities as ruler. With patience and judgment, Telemachus will work to civilize the fierce wild people of Attica and make them more gentle, gradually teach them to devote their lives to productive civil activities. Ulysses cannot find any fault in Telemachus. He devotes his life to the responsibilities of his role. He pays proper respect to his people and his parents, and after his father dies, he will continue offering appropriate sacrifice to the gods that Ulysses most honored. Telemachus is well suited for the role of ruler, just as Ulysses is well suited for a different role, the role of explorer. Ulysses looks out toward the port where the wind is blowing in the sails of his ship and where he can see the wide dark sea. He now addresses his former crew, the men who worked alongside him and explored the world and gained new knowledge with him. He reminds them that they always accepted joyfully whatever their travels would bring, whether trouble or good luck, and proudly faced every obstacle with resolution and bravery. Ulysses then acknowledges that both he and they have grown older, but insists that even as old men, they can still work, do hard work, and earn respect. Soon they will die, and their chance to do great deeds will be over. But before they die, they can still accomplish something heroic, something fitting for men that once battled the gods. The people of Attica are beginning to light lamps in their homes. Night is falling, the moon is rising. In the sky, the waves of the sea are murmuring almost as if they are speaking to Ulysses. Ulysses urges his crew as his friends to join him on one last walk even now. They are not too old to explore some unknown region of the world. He invites them to board a ship, push away from shore, and man the oars so they can beat the waves. Because Ulysses still has the goal of sailing past the horizon as far as he can go before the ultimately dies. He acknowledges that the waves may sink their ships, but they may also find their way to the place where the souls of the blessed go after death. There they might even see their old companion, the accomplished warrior Achilles. Many of their heroic qualities have been diminished by old age, but they haven't been lost completely. They don't have the same strength or physical prowess they possessed as younger men fighting epic, world changing battles. But inside, Ulysses declares they are ultimately the same men they always were. Their minds and hearts are still brave and composed in the face of danger and obstacles. So this is all about the poem Ulysses. In the next video, we will study the poem My Last Duchess, which is written by Robert Browning.